The Astral Plane, the intermediate world of light between heaven and earth, composed of the spheres of the planets and stars. Spheres populated by angels, demons, and spirits. In the distant realm where the fabric of reality intertwines with the spiritual, light and darkness wage an eternal war. This realm, known as the Astral Plane, is the battleground of multitudes of warriors destined to help bring Or, the primordial light, to a universe teetering on the edge of chaos. But above all, it is the words that echo through the spheres that clear the paths for all the warriors. It sounds like thunder, but yet it is almost like light bombs that exploded in the darkest areas of these spheres. The echoing of these words follows all the warriors who is wearing the Or emblem, reflecting the pureness of their hearts. The echo becomes a refrain in every warrior's heart, which is the cause of the warriors fighting this deadly battle with more zeal. While declaring these powerful words, have I not commanded you? Be strong and of good courage. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. Back on Earth, training for war. Elzar, known across the realms as the Shadow Walker, trained with unwavering discipline. He understood that mastering the art of warfare on the astral plane required more than physical prowess. It demanded spiritual enlightenment and mental fortitude. Elzar knew there is no way that he can fight in his own strength the powers of this dark world in these heavenly realms. Therefore, he found his strength in the knowledge of the King of Glory, who is strong and mighty in battle, who already triumphed over these evil spirits. Also, he does not love his life, shrinking away from death, but fight with great vigor and determination, as his Lord and Master did. Every morning, Elzar would rise before the first light of dawn. He'd sit in the quiet solitude of his quarters, on his knees praying to God and seeking guidance from the Spirit, where he is surrounded by ancient texts and battle stories of past warriors. Here, he would meditate, focusing on the guidance and aligning his thoughts according to. This was not just a practice of calming the mind, but a necessary preparation for the battles that lay ahead. Elzar's training was akin to that of a sniper. A sniper, as Elzar learned, is not just a marksman, but a philosopher of patience and precision. They do not act on impulse. Instead, they take a moment to pause and reflect, considering every variable before pulling the trigger. This philosophy became a cornerstone of Elzar's training. In the heat of battle, Elzar would pause, allowing the chaos around him to fade into the background as he centered his mind. He would regulate his breathing, each inhale and exhale a rhythm that brought clarity. This practice allowed him to maintain focus, even when the dark forces of the astral plane sought to cloud his mind with fear and confusion. Although he is a warrior, he knows a patient person is better than the best warrior, because one with self-control can take a city in. The battlefield of the astral plane was unlike any other. It is not the weapons of the world. It was a place where thoughts and emotions could manifest into tangible threats. Here, warriors did not merely face physical adversaries, but the darkest corners of their own psyche. Millions had fallen, their minds consumed by the very darkness they sought to destroy. Elzar knew that to survive, he needed to master control over his thoughts and emotions. 2 Corinthians 10:4-5 became his mantra. Demolish arguments, the strongholds of every pretension that sets itself up against the knowledge of God. Take captive every thought, to make it obedient to Christ. Exposure was the key. Elzar immersed himself in the heart of darkness, confronting his deepest fears and insecurities. Each encounter strengthened his resilience, turning setbacks into lessons and challenges into opportunities for growth. He learned that true warrior strength came not from the absence of fear, but from the ability to move forward despite it. Elzar's journey was not solitary. He trained alongside other soldiers, each one striving to overcome their own fears. Together, they practiced to build confidence and resilience. They engaged in rigorous physical training and sleep deprivation, honing their bodies to peak condition. But more importantly, they engaged in mental exercises designed to fortify their minds. They learned to view fear not as an enemy, but as a teacher. Elzar would often lead his comrades in meditation sessions, guiding them through visualizations of their fears and helping them to see these fears for what they truly were: illusions created by the mind. Through this practice, they learned to remain composed under stress, their minds as sharp as their blades. Isaiah 41:10 inspired them and provided them with strength. So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. The true test of Elzar's training came on the day the Dark Forces launched their most formidable assault. The skies of the Astral Plane darkened as waves of shadowy creatures emerged, their forms shifting and twisting with malevolent intent. Elzar stood at the forefront, his heart steady, his mind clear. As the battle raged, Elzar's training shone through. He moved with precision and purpose, each strike a calculated decision. When the darkness threatened to overwhelm him, he paused, took a deep breath, and centered himself. The teachings of the Bible guided him, allowing him to navigate the chaos with calm determination. Philippians 4:13 echoed in his heart, I can do all things through him who gives me strength. In the midst of the battle, Elzar faced the embodiment of the Dark Forces, a towering entity of shadows and despair. He focused on his breathing, his mind a fortress of light. With a final decisive strike, he dispelled the darkness, the entity dissolving into nothingness. When he broke forth, shouting, The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness shall not overcome it. The battle was won, but Elzar knew the war was far from over, for he knows that Satan's target is the mind, and that his weapon is lies. The Astral Plane would always be a battleground between light and darkness.